So you finally got the flipperzero, you've unboxed it, met the little dolphin friend, and now you're probably thinking, okay, now what? Trust me, we've all been there. That mix of excitement and wonder is the reason why I made this guide. So forget all the outdated videos. These are the only steps you need to take your flipper from a digital pet to a legit multi-tool for December 2025. Starting with the one thing you absolutely need before you even think about turning it on. But first, let's get one thing straight. This is a powerful tool meant for learning and testing. Everything I'm about to show you should only be done on your own devices and networks. Be responsible, be ethical, and don't be that person. Alright, now let's get into it. So before you do anything else, you need a good quality micro SD card. The flipper can't save files, update, or run extra apps without one. And you don't need a huge card. A 16 gig or a 32 gig from a brand like SanDisk or Kingston will be perfect. And seriously, don't cheap out here, because the off-brand cards can cause data corruption and it's just not worth the headache. Got your SD card? Okay, great. Now with the flipper powered off, which you can do so by holding the back button for 30 seconds, we're going to slide the card in with the contacts facing up until it clicks. So here we slide it in, use your fingernail until you hear the clicking sound, and we're in. So if the card is new or unrecognized, the easiest way to get it ready is to format it directly on the device. Just put in your SD card and power on your flipper, then click the center button, go up twice to settings, and then go down to storage. Now go and select Format SD card, and the flipper will do the rest, setting up the file system perfectly. And now you're ready to actually get started. The mission control for your flipper is the QFlipper desktop app. So head over to the official flipperzero website at flipper.net/pages/downloads and grab the download for your computer. And next you want to find the USB cable that came in the box. We need to use that one since it's a data cable, not just a charger, which is a classic rookie mistake. So we're going to plug it into the USB-C port there, and then we're going to open up QFlipper. When you open it up, the app will see your device. Now, for your first time, I recommend installing and updating to the official firmware. So go and click on the gear icon for advanced controls. Make sure your update channel is set to release. Then simply go and click update, and then update again. And from here, your flipper will update. So just let it do its thing until you see the success screen. This will get you comfortable with the device before we give it some real power. Okay, so you've installed the official firmware and maybe you already got the basics down. But honestly, my biggest recommendation is to still stick with this for a few weeks and really get a feel for the menus, learn what the standard applications can do, and get comfortable with the core functions of the device. And once you feel like you've mastered the official build and you're ready to see what is possible, you can start looking into custom firmware. A fantastic choice to explore is the Momentum firmware, which is known for its great mix of power and stability. It adds a ton of new features, ways to customize the look, and support for a wider range of community-built apps. When you're ready to take that step, you'll find plenty of great guides online to walk you through it. Okay, time for the fun part. Let's turn your flipper into a universal TV remote. This is a super safe and satisfying first hack you can do with a TV you own. So on your flipper, click the center button again, and now go down to infrared. And now scroll down and click on Learn New Remote. Now go find your remote. And from here, all you have to do is point your remote at the flipper and press the power button. The second you do that, the flipper will recognize it and allow you to send it or replay it, or if you hit the right button, you can save it. We'll save this as power, P-O-W-E-R, and then go and click save. Now, if we click the center button on power, it will emulate our power button and turn off your TV. Okay, beyond the built-in stuff, there's a whole app store for the flipper. Just go to lab.flipper.net and then go and click on apps. And here we are. This is the official safe place to get apps. You'll find everything from games to more advanced tools like NFC. So just find an app you like NFC Magic. Make sure Q Flipper is closed. Go and click connect to your flipper, and then simply go and click install. And just like that, it will install over to your flipperzero. It's an awesome and easy way to add more functions to your flipper without any drama. And that's it. In just a few steps, you've gone from unboxing to a fully set up flipperzero. You've flashed the official firmware, learned about future upgrades, and even did your first hack and installed an app. You're all set to start exploring the world of radio frequencies, access control, and hardware ethically and safely. Just remember to respect people's privacy and follow the law. Now, if this guide helped you out, consider subscribing for more flipperzero tutorials or news about the upcoming Flipper 1. And while you're waiting, check out my flipperzero playlist for even more tutorials. I'm Jay Blinked. Thanks for watching. Peace.